Clarifying his position on the war unfolding in Gaza, Starmer faced a question about whether or not Israel has to act in accordance with international law. And this was his reply.
It has to act in accordance with international law. This is not an optional extra and nice to have. It has to be in accordance with international law. And that is a point that we have repeatedly pressed on Israel, and other countries have pressed on Israel. It has to act in accordance with the law. As to whether each and every act is in accordance with the law, well, that will have to be adjudicated in due course. I think it's unwise for politicians to stand on stages like this or to sit in television studios and pronounce day by day which acts may or may not be in accordance with international law. I think it's not the role of politicians. I don't think it's wise to do it. I come with the benefit of a lawyer, of having litigated about issues like this in the past. And in my experience, it often takes weeks or months to assimilate the evidence and to then work out whether there may or may not have been a breach of international law. So I think the call for politicians to look at half a picture on the screen without the full information and form an instant judgment as to whether it's this side of the line or the other side of the line is extremely unwise, and I'm not going to get involved in that kind of exercise.
Keir Starmer there holding a very clear line that it is not appropriate for politicians to call out war crimes as they happen. Instead, they should wait for the war crimes to finish and then adjudicate it in due course. Now, that's not always been Starmer's position. Here's a clip, and there always is a clip, of Starmer being asked the same question in March 2022 about Putin's invasion of Ukraine.
With your lawyer's hat on, is Vladimir Putin a war criminal?
Yes.
Yes.
What I've seen already amounts to war crimes, particularly...
Let's play that bit again.
With your lawyer's hat on, is Vladimir Putin a war criminal?
Yes.
Yes.
What I've seen already...
2022 about Putin's invasion of Ukraine.
With your lawyer's hat on, is Vladimir Putin a war criminal?
Yes.
Yes.
What I've...
Shalom. Giving all praise unto Yabashim Asai Bashim Kohakodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honest your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. The brother everybody are coming out here to give you this truth, the grace and mercy of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kohakodash. It's gonna be a relatively quick video. I'm just gonna speak about Western media, these puppet politicians, and just the nature of the Red Hebrew Edomite. And we, like the woman said, there's always a clip. Okay, there's always a clip. And with a lot of these guys out here, it don't even matter what they said 2 seconds ago. What matters is if something fits the narrative. Okay, and we know that the ultimate narrative is that CHIP, but there's all these other narratives that must needs come to pass in order for us to move towards the MO to the MOTB. Okay, there's all of these other little narratives that need to play out. And you see Bojo, he did the same thing when he was in office, and it's nothing but hypocrisy. Nothing but hypocrisy. Right? All of these smooth words about staying at home and this, that, and the third, and this guy was shocking and jiving on the dance floor. Why? Because the narrative was you got to stay at home, but they don't have to follow the same rules as us. Okay, these lower level illuminated individuals, they don't have to follow the same rules as us. Okay, the same thing with this guy and many other politicians, man. They play both sides because the politics is all what it's all about. Okay, when you go into Hegelian dialectics, right, pressure from above, pressure from beneath, they're gonna say whatever it takes in order for the narrative to be pushed. So again, like I said, it's not going to be a quick video. I'm going to go straight to the precept there, the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 12th chapter, and the 10th verse. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." And so that's what you see with this Red Hebrew Edomite. Okay, it ain't about the words that you're hearing, man. Right? Stop watching the words that you're hearing. If you're watching mainstream media, really, you got to see how each statement fits into the narrative. Like if they say we're not going to war, and the narrative is war, then that's what's going to pop off. The same thing with the CHIP. A lot of these dark-skinned guys think that, you know, a guy like Sunak, or let's use Trump as an example, is going to come and liberate them from the shackles of the elites. Brother, these guys are just what you know as controlled opposition. All right, you've seen Sunak out there. He's doing so-called fighting against the elite, but this guy he was a board member. When I say fighting against the elite, you see they got the 2030 thing, and Sunak is so-called pushing back on that. That's what you know as controlled opposition, man. That's what you know as controlled opposition. And when you get the controlled opposition and you get the guy that's for the narrative, and you're thinking, oh, what's it gonna be? And it's the synthesis of those particular ideas. Those two ideas is what they want, man. Okay, so never trust an enemy, for his iron rusteth, so shall his wickedness. And because we got all of these clips now, and we got all of this information on the internet, you can clearly research Trump and see his background and see what this guy is all about. And you find out this guy is all about the furtherance of the elite Edomite ruling. The same thing with Sunak, which it's my humble opinion that this guy Sunak really probably has his roots in being an Edomite, because brothers have seen this guy, man, and he acts just like an Edomite. Okay, he just acts like an Edomite. So, yeah, man, never trust thine enemy. Okay, hopefully that was a verification. Without my say all praises unto Yahweh, Shema Shai, Bashim Hakodash, double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone. Unto your brothers to be pushing his truth in sincerity. Shalom.